Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me at this time. My name is Shavi Zane, and I'm coming on to bring a message for the chosen. If you find this resonates with you in any way, please be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment below, and let us know how it resonates with your circumstance. If you want to order any of my services, tarot sessions, tarot lessons, if you want to order my miniature altars, my hair or body oils, my decks, or anything that I have to offer, you can check the description box below for my email. That'll be snita52415 at gmail.com. That's the only place that you'll find me, so don't get scammed out here, y'all. So we're just going to do a quick reading. I've been a little bit busy working on some things. I have recently recorded part 1 of the decoding of Revelations. So if that's something that you're interested in, I will be posting that message tomorrow. Probably be up around 3 o'clock or so. But yes, I'll have that posted tomorrow for you all to watch part 1 as we decode and kind of sift through Revelations with a fine-tooth comb to see what's really going on out here in these spiritual and physical streets. So I have here all mind control and illusions created by the powers that were are now destroyed in spirit and in flesh. This is what you want to write on paper and burn. This is my declare and decree deck. If you find that you want this deck, email me and order yours. All mind control and illusions created by the powers that were are destroyed in spirit and in flesh. Write that down and burn it. Very appropriate based on what I was just telling you all. Decoding, gaining the truth of what's really going on with the powers that were by using, pretty much tapping into their strategies, okay? This says, all fear of letting go of the past to pursue my destiny are now cleared from my energy and spirit and in flesh. All fear of letting go of the past to pursue my destiny is now cleared in spirit and in flesh. So letting go of the past. That past could consist of some of the illusions that were created by the powers that were. I'm talking about illusions of certain religious beliefs. Who is the Most High for real? The illusion of lack, the illusion of enslavement, the illusion of whatever. This is you clearing it and no longer allowing it to block you from pursuing your divine calling. So let's just see what's coming out here today. What do you need to know? I'm just going to pull a random card here. So I have truth. Hello. What do you need to know? You need to know the truth. This is the time where the truth is being exposed. And it's no coincidence because, like I was telling y'all, that dream that I had was a couple of days ago about Donald Trump being at the top of that wall. That was the very recent message that I put up. So go back and check that out if you didn't watch it. But I put that message up because the dream literally showed myself and a lot of other melanated people climbing up a wall as Trump stood at the top of that wall, looking down at us, cheering us on to get to the top. And I was questioning in my mind in the dream, like, okay, I'm almost at the top. Why isn't he reaching his hand out to lift any of us up? And that's what triggered the question for me. Is Trump connected to the trumpets that's spoken about in Revelations? Okay, specifically chapter 8, I believe it's like verse 6 and down. But yeah, in Revelations, this is the time of gaining truth, okay? So that's why I was saying with that dream, because I kind of lost my train of thought. With that dream, it alluded to, it made me think about the trumpets that are referenced in Revelations. And so now that's why I'm like, okay, let's decode Revelations a little bit more to see, is there a connection there? So obviously you see now he is the president of the U.S. corporation. And so my dream was definitely revealing that he would be the next president again. So you have the card of courage. So it's going to require courage, okay? You may have to stand alone on this one because when the truth comes forward, it's one of them truths where it's like it blows your mind. It's one of those truths where it's like most people, they don't want to accept it. They don't want to believe it. They don't even want to be exposed to the truth because it will make them have to question everything that they have been taught. So this says enchanted. See, people like to stay underneath the spell. It's too many people that like to stay up underneath the illusion because there's no accountability when you're under the illusion, right? But again, we started off saying all mind control and illusions created by the powers that were is now destroyed in spirit and in flesh. We are destroying that energy, not just on behalf of ourselves. Let's just go ahead and do a group declaration where we burn and release on behalf of all of the chosen seeds. On behalf of all chosen seeds across the four corners of the globe, I declare and decree that all mind control and illusions created by the powers that were is now destroyed in spirit and in flesh. And burn it. Because a lot of people are still underneath the spell, enchanted and hypnotized here. So this says focus. So you're being called to focus. Focus on finding out the truth. Focus on, gaining more clarity here. Yeah, see, focus, because there's going to be a lot of changes that happens as a result of this truth coming out. It's going to be so many things that's getting ready to come out. Y'all think that it's blowing your mind now. Just wait until these so-called 7 churches, because that's what y'all going to hear about in my message tomorrow as I, comb through Revelations. Those 7 churches, you're going to find out exactly what that represents in that message tomorrow. So listen for it. So when I speak on that tomorrow, you'll be able to gain more insight about what that really means and who they are referencing. So this says changes. Yes, a lot of changes is getting ready to happen. I'm telling you, the type of changes that's getting ready to happen puts particular people in a position of power and authority that folks just ain't ready for. I know. They're not ready for it, okay? They're not ready to embrace it. But that's why you got to remain focused, because it will be a lot of upheaval. And like I was saying, if you think that it's a lot that's happening right now, just take a deep breath. This says take a breath. Take a deep breath, okay? Because it's going to be so much coming out. And I've been talking about these things for a few years now on my channel, speaking about how the powers that were have been using spell work. They've been doing rituals. They've been doing sacrifices. They have been using the foster care system. Like, it's a young lady right now by the name of Allie Carter who has been calling out how the CPS foster care system was in on her trafficking. Like, and I've been telling y'all this for years. Okay, this been downloaded into my spirit of what's been happening with these various systems that the powers that were has created. It's been all, the root of it is so evil and it's so sinister that when you really see it for what it is, you will be like, whoa, you got to take a few deep breaths, because it's a lot to take in. I'm telling you. And so you have to remain focused, because there's going to be a lot of changes that happens as a result of truths coming out. So this says boundaries. Out of bounds, boundaries. Yeah. They've been out of bounds, okay? But now boundaries are being created. A line is being drawn. That's for sure. A line is being drawn. Cut your losses. Okay, it says cut your losses. These people are going to have to accept. They're going to have to accept that they can no longer be in a position of power or authority anymore. They can no longer hold back the chosen anymore. People are no longer just falling for the okie doke, okay? There's a lot of stuff that's going on. Life insurance policy scams, where they sacrificing people for money. It's all types of stuff that's going on. It's all types of, this is not the right deck that I want to use, but it's all types of things that's going on right now. And let's just see what else is coming out for you all. But it's going to require for you to take a deep breath. Just know that these truths, they need to be revealed. They have to be revealed in order for change to occur. Because as long as you still have those illusions and smoke screens, then you just have a whole lot of walking zombies that's still giving their energy to a system that's just siphoning their energy and using it to enhance their power and authority. But meanwhile, those people, look at that. Hello? Am I not telling the truth? The devil card is here. That's what they're doing. They're siphoning people's energy and using it to enhance their power and authority by keeping people focused in on this energy, turning away from the truth, not even accepting that there is a truth that exists beyond this illusion, being lured in through their sexual nature, their carnal nature, through, low vibrational energy and thoughts and fears. This is how they keep people stuck. Okay? Using people as sacrificial, so-called lambs. And that's another thing that came out in the message. I'm telling y'all want to tap in tomorrow when I upload that particular spiritual download as we decode Revelations. But yeah, this is what they've been doing. Telling all lies. All lies. The hangman is right behind that. That's all about sacrifice. Like I said, sacrificial lambs. Okay? The man that hangeth on the tree, strange fruit. It's all been a sacrifice in order to enhance their power. But they are now losing that position of authority because they've been telling a whole lot of lies. And now these lies are getting ready to be exposed because the hangman also represents seeing things from a different perspective. So now that people are becoming more enlightened, people are now getting ready to receive their inheritance, and they're no longer placing a man in a position to be their provider, right? Because when you're under the illusions, you think that this being right here, this being representing the powers that were, you believe that they're the source of your food, they're the source of your shelter, they're the source of your knowledge, they're the source of your your advancement. They're the source of everything. You give them all power and control. And they keep you chained and bound in that energy so that you would never turn around. But you always have the free will to turn around and to gather the truth. But because of the enchantment, you think this devil ain't doing spell work? You really think he ain't doing spell work? Trust and believe that devil, the powers that were, have been doing spell work. And that's why enchanted is here. Okay? Been under the illusion, thinking that they're the ones that's going to give you everything that you are owed, giving all of that power to man. But in reality, it all comes from the Most High. It all comes from the Most High. Okay? And so once we open our eyes and realize the truth, then we'll be able to find satisfaction in that truth. And we'll be able to find our independence again. And we'll realize that it all comes from within us. We are the ones that determine the true fate of the powers that were. No longer giving them the authority to take the steering wheel of our lives and to guide us in any direction. Whatever the wind blows, whatever they say today, we just believe it. Okay, they say go left, you go left. They say go right, you go right. That's what we've been doing as a whole, as a collective group for many generations. Those days are done because you're now listening to your intuition. You're becoming fully enlightened about the truth. And so, Ace of Wands in the reverse, they was definitely working on them sacral chakras out there. But you're no longer attracted to their energy. You're no longer passionate about whatever it is that they call themselves trying to hand you. You're no longer passionate about that. You're no longer driven by that. This is all about independence. And a lot of you are getting ready to see your inheritance and your wealth in this lifetime because you've accepted the truth for what it is. So there's an overflow of abundance that's coming into your life because this is the balancing of scales. Many of you have operated from a space of integrity for a very long time. And it's been long overdue for you to receive what is inherently yours, but it was slowed down. It was stopped in its tracks here. It was stopped in its tracks because you was giving your love and pouring that loving energy into the wrong direction. It was going towards something that had no momentum. Like you was giving your love and your energy and your spiritual gifts to something that was giving you nothing in return. So that would be representation of, pouring all of your time, 10-hour days into a job that was giving you the bare minimum where you still working from check to check and you look up 10 years later and you probably only got a raise of $2. But all of your time and energy has been given away. Another example would be pouring all of your time and energy into karmic relationships, where it's the same cycle, different day. Folks ain't changing. You just pouring your energy, giving away your sexual energy, your emotional energy, your spiritual energy, making these soul ties that keeps you stuck and bound. And what do? They take it from you and they feed it right back to the beast of Babylon. Another example is giving all of your time and energy to particular religious beliefs. Okay? For example, Christianity. You was pouring all of your prayers into this entity or this deity that they've created by the name of Jesus, passing out, foaming at the mouth, giving all of your money away to these pastors who are practicing a perversion behind the scenes. Okay? Connected to a lot of these so-called secret societies and underground things that's going on, and you just funding it with your money. That was feeding all of your energy to something that was not fruitful, that was giving nothing back to you. Just leaving you out in the cold. The blind leading the blind. They're outside of a church. Speaking of that, they are outside of a church and they still cold. There is no refuge there. Because if it was, they would be inside of the church. But you still cold. You leave the church still feeling cold and depleted, in lack. Okay? And so those days are over. No more feeding your energy to that. No more. You gain knowledge. See, the knowledge card is here. This is the time of gaining knowledge. This is the time of gathering the truth and no longer rejecting it. You don't reject it anymore. You receive it for what it is. Why? Because it's meant to be. It's meant for you to gain this clarity. It's meant for you to awaken. Because you can't afford to be asleep in the age of Aquarius. So with this card of synchronicities, you receive a lot of synchronicities. You see different numbers and things of that nature because your spiritual team is telling you, look, we need you to pay attention. We need you to know that this thing is beyond what you see with your natural eyes. So the synchronicities is just a small representation of the, the mysterious energy of the universe. It's like when you see all of those synchronistic numbers and every time you look at the clock, it's 11:11. Okay. All right, so now it's like, all right, I saw 11:11 today. I'm not even, people they don't want to think too much of it. Okay. The next thing you know, you're driving and there's a car in front of you that says 11:11 on the license plate. Okay. All right, well, that's number 2, but maybe that's just a coincidence. Next thing you know, there's a billboard that's flashing 11:11. And then you're like, hold on, something is going on here. And then your child comes to you and they say, Mommy, look, the clock says 11:11. Then you're like, you know what? You got to surrender. Because your spiritual team, they speaking to you in the best way that they know how, using those things here in the 3D to try to get you to wake up. You don't have time to sleep anymore. And that's why they're sending you the synchronicities, because the balancing of scales within humanity is vital. You have to wake up. It's all contingent upon how fast are you willing to wake up. But see, some of y'all are like, slow it down. Slow it down. It's too much. It's coming in too fast. It's hitting me too. And for some of you, if you're just now getting on a spiritual journey, you might feel like it is overwhelming. You may feel like, hold on, all of this overflow of information and all of these things is being revealed and these illusions and smoke screens is being cleared. It can be so overwhelming to where you like, hold up, slow it down. I can't keep up with the pace. But no, you better catch up, because this ain't the time to slow down. Okay? Things are shifting at a very rapid pace, and you got to be able to keep up with the momentum. And the way that you do that is by maintaining your faith with the Most High Mother and Father, giving thanks that you are being shown the truth, and praying that any illusions or any fears of releasing past belief system, any ego that might prevent you from accepting the truth, you pray that that's cleared out of your energy. Burn and release it, pray it away, do what you need to do, but you cannot get in the way of receiving this truth. It's vital for your freedom. It says go for it. You don't need to slow it down. You need to take action. Take action. Go for it. A lot of you are being called to, deep dive. Start looking into things. Give yourself permission to step outside of them boundaries that society and your family get, placed in front of you to say you can't dive deeper. You can't, read beyond what the pastor taught you. You can't XYZ. No, those days are over. Pisces has ended. We are in the age of Aquarius. People have to accept the fact that the illusions, they can no longer be. So, we'll take one more from this deck. Do nothing. It says do nothing. For some of you, you've been called to take action and to seek out truths. And for others of you, you've been called to just be still and let those spiritual downloads come through. Because they are. They're going to come through. If you're actively seeking answers, you will get your answers. If you're being still and saying, all right, I'm going to just be still. I'm going to clear my energy. I'm going to clear my mind. I'm going to remove all distractions from my environment. And I'm just going to be still and wait for the clarity to come through. Or you're going to get it that way too. Either way, you won't avoid getting this truth. Because this is the time. That was your first card. Truth. I think it was the first. I don't know. But this is the time of gathering that clarity here. So that's my message for you all. I hope that this brought you some clarity about what's happening right now. If you feel like things are more intense and you have this desire to just, seek, you will find. So I love you all. Like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to y'all next time.